What is up, YouTube? It's your boy Isaiah. I made about 17K 2 days ago, and I made well over 200 grand this year alone in wholesale real estate, with this being my first time doing it full time. So yeah, in this video, I'm going to show you how to wholesale real estate, but specifically in this video, I'm going to talk about lead generation, how to generate leads, where does the leads come from, how do we uh, convert those leads into money. Yeah, I'm gonna go over that. I think I'm gonna do a series. So, but this will be the first video for it. So made this the other day. So this is how to wholesale real estate. They have 5 parts to this: lead generation, lead management, lead acquisition, disposition, transaction coordinating, and the structure of the business. I feel like these are like the 5 main things that kind of define a wholesale real estate business. You know, when you have all these things in order and you have your own system for each of these. Now, every wholesale real estate business has this in it, but not everybody's structure is the same. Some people only do JV deals, some people do land deals, some people only do dispo deals, some people only do lead acquisition, they don't do disposition. So there's a bunch of different ways that you could structure a business, but they all have this. Okay, so let's go through it. Today we're going to be talking about lead generation. So lead generation, there's 4 big pieces to this that I wrote. They have marketing, the CRM you use, the data that you get to market to, the data of the potential leads, and systematizing and duplicating. Okay, and each of these has their own thing, and I wrote it all out. So marketing, that's basically what you do or how you get your face in front of the prospect. CRM is how you organize everything. Data, that's the list of prospects that you have. Where do you get that list, or where do you get your prospects from? And systematizing and duplicating, that's basically just you're going to make it scalable, how you're going to make it repeatable. Okay, so let's start at the top here. Marketing channels. Okay, it really starts with this data channels. Okay, so data channels. There's in-person data, software data, there's city and county records data, and then there's free data. So there's a few ways to go about this. So in-person data, driving for dollars, bandit signs, sticky notes on doors, billboards, I think, qualifies as in-person data because you're seeing it in-person referrals, things like that. So that's in-person data. Usually takes a lot more time and energy to do these things. All right, software data. This is the least it requires the least amount of energy and might cost you the most, but it requires you to put in the least amount of effort and the least amount of physical, mental effort, all that. So there's software data. These are basically softwares that do all the work for you to find your data. They wherever they get their records from, PropStream, whatever, they contact the courthouses, they do it all for you. So there's PropStream, there's PropWire, that's free, Batch Leads, special underground software. So in case, I know this one website that specializes in probate properties. And so you pay them a lot of money, but it's like extremely accurate data that not that many other people have. And they have it for every county around the United States. So that's actually you could find special websites or softwares like that offer some sort of special niche data for, usually that stuff costs way more expensive. But then there's PropStream, PropWire, the basic. The things about these so the pros is that it takes the least amount of effort. The cons is it's more expensive, and probably everybody's using PropStream. Everybody's pulling the vacant data from PropStream, or the non-owner occupied, or the tired landlord data from PropStream. Everybody's doing that. PropWire, wherever. Yeah, so that's some of the pros and cons. So the pro with this is that not that many people have this data, and it's very little effort needed. But the con is it's probably really, really expensive. Okay, then we have city and county records data. So this is the data that I have gotten all my deals on besides the free data. I've always used I don't think I've ever got a deal. Actually, no, I'll take that back. I think I got like two deals from software data. But most of like all my money has been made from code violations, water shut off, probates, not divorce. I don't really get those. I get fire damage, not foreclosures, not evictions, but the main ones that I get are code violations. That's the biggest one. Then the water shut off, and then you have the fire damage. Sometimes I'll get probates. They'll be thrown in there too. And then there's the free data. This is the most common one. It's probably I wouldn't even say it's the hardest. It does require, yeah, it probably does require more energy. It requires less energy than in-person data because, I could sit behind a screen all day and just call on Zillow. So this is actually the most effective. This is actually the most effective or efficient data. So there's Zillow, Redfin, they got the MLS. I don't do MLS, but a lot of people do on market, Craigslist. Whoops. Oh, that's weird. So they got Craigslist, Facebook is really big. Then they have referrals, then they have agent outreach. All those are really, really good. It just requires more upfront effort, to get them. But when you get a pocket listing from an agent, that's really, really good. It's probably going to have the most competition on the free data, but it's still like you're getting a lot of reps in with this. You're gaining a skill. It's not costing you any money. Versus when you start paying for marketing, then that's when you have less room for error, less margin for error. Okay, so that's the data channels. So you want to pick one of these, a few of these, one or two of these. Just pick one or two. Just one or two uh, data channels, data sources. And then we have the marketing channels. We got PPC data. This is YouTube ads, Google ads, website visits, inbound leads, PPC that people click on something and they fill out a form and they come to you. People look up something on Google SEO, things like that, and they fill out a form. That's an inbound lead. That's PPC data. That's all the data that they get. I could have put that as a data channel, but so cold calling. Well, these are the data channels. So cold calling, this data is basically just lists, the driving for dollars, county records. You could do it. You could cold call any list. You could cold call any data. So the data is pretty much open. So you could get software lists, you get driving for dollars list, you get referrals list, just make a list of referrals, county records, so whatever. Cold calling, you could do whatever you want to it, but that's a marketing channel. That's what you do when you get in front of the prospect. What are you doing? How are you getting your face in front of them? Okay, SMS, same thing. You could pick any data channel. Direct mail, same as cold calling leads. You pick who you want to mail. You pick where. So honestly, these are just like you pick them. So you pick any one of those data channels, and you could cold call it, SMS. You could mail them, whatever you want to do. They have Zillow Fizbo. That's the original data. That's where the data comes from, and it's also a marketing channel. You cold call the Zillow leads. Um, Yeah, probably shouldn't even do this as a marketing channel because that's a data channel. The marketing is the cold calling. So then you have agent outreach in MLS, same thing. Market listings, pocket listing, and then there's bandit signs, inbound leads from local market. Bandit signs, you go around, you put up bandit signs, put up signs around your neighborhood and things like that, and people call you. So those are the marketing channels, the main marketing channels that, traditional, everybody's using at least some of these on some of them. Other people, like I said, they only do JV. They only do JV leads. Some people only do disposition. Some people only do acquisition. But either way, they have some marketing channel. It may not be listed in here, but maybe their marketing channel for dispositions is only PPC. They have a website form that wholesalers come in and fill out their form, or pocket listings, agent outreach, whatever. However they do their marketing. They do their marketing somehow to where they could get those JV leads. Or everybody does marketing. You have to do marketing. It's how you get your face in front of the people who you're potentially going to work with. That's what marketing is. So we went over marketing, went over data channels. Now we have skip tracing data. All right, so they have software skip tracing data. I mean, software skip tracing. So kind skip tracing is a good one. 3 cents per skip trace. I use them. Um, I can't say right now whether or not the results are good because I haven't been using them long enough. But I'm using them. They have batch skip tracing, batches. I feel like batch, prop stream. I feel like all these places are the same. I feel like they're all the same, dude. You just gotta honestly just go. Sometimes you go with the cheaper ones. Other times you go with if you find out if the data is better, you know, sometimes you could pay for more expensive skip tracing, but the data is like way more accurate. I feel like these three are kind of the same thing, so I just use the cheapest one, which is kind skip tracing. They do have a thing in there to where you pay 6 cents per skip trace, and they allegedly make it way more accurate, 95% or 99% hit rate or something. So then they have the VA skip tracing, which they usually take longer. They usually take a few days to come back with a skip trace list. But they are cheaper, so that's a pro. I'm not sure if they use the same thing as this. They probably do. So if you want to save on money and time, this is the way to go. If you want to probably have better data and also cheaper, but it's probably going to take longer. They have free skip tracing, like True People Search, things like that, websites like that where you could skip trace one at a time. I'd say don't ever do that. There's no need to do that. Don't ever do that. Like, what are you skip tracing? And it's like if you have a list of like 10 people, that's the max maybe that I would ever use something like that. But not even that. I wouldn't even do that. I would just go on batchskiptracing.com and I'll just plug it in there. It's like what, 6 cents to skip trace, 7 cents? Like I'd do it. I don't care. Like 10 people, don't use True People Search. Just don't do that. It's a waste of time. It really is. Maybe if it's like one person, but even one person, I wouldn't do that. I would just go to batchskiptracing.com. That's exactly what I would do. This is what it looks like. So you can skip trace one at a time, or you can skip trace a list at a time. You know, I love using batch skip trace. Like when I have like very little leads to skip trace. So find what works and double down on what does, then focus on making the process as smooth and efficient as possible. So right now I have a VA that's doing the whole lead generation process for me. He pulls the data, he skip traces it, he puts it in a folder and everything, and then uploads it so I could text it or cold call it. So yes, sir. So CRM, customer relationship management, Podio, CRM close. Close CRM, Monday, REI Simply. These are just a few really good examples. Obviously, Podio is the most cost effective one. It's free. It's free until you have like a few hundred leads. So I've used Podio before. I really like Podio, especially because it's free and all the things that you get to do with it. Close CRM is what I'm using right now. It's honestly the best CRM I've ever used in my life. Monday.com, I've never used it, but I heard a lot of people use it and like it. And then REI Simply, I hear a lot of stuff about REI Simply. I might change to them in the future. But I've heard a lot of people having success with this CRM. You can do a lot of things with this. So this is how you're going to structure your entire business and all of your leads, which is the lifeblood of your business. Without leads, you don't have a business. In the beginning, remember to keep it simple and not overcomplicate anything. Just get something simple to use that allows you to track your leads and task you set for yourself. So I say keep it simple because when you use Podio in the beginning, it could seem very overcomplicated and not user friendly at all. All you got to do is start off with a blank canvas. Just download the app called Seller Leads. Actually, I think I have a video on YouTube describing, yeah, I do somewhere. You just have to find it. How to set up your Podio. It's very, very simple. Don't overcomplicate it. Get a simple CRM, just keep your leads and to keep your cash buyers in. So systematizing and duplicating. This is very, very, very important, and you won't really see the importance of this until you level up later on down the road and you try to scale. So it's best that you do it right now. That way you're setting yourself up for success when it is time for you to scale. So record, write down, and track every role's task and duties. This will take time to map out every single position, but over time, it pays off a lot. This is what will give you the power to delegate and scale. Make video, scripts, Word documents, and notes for every position for every position and daily tasks required by certain positions. So what I'm able to delegate my entire lead generation process because I was able to create basically a course describing how to do it. I hired a VA and I said, hey, do this. Watch these videos, go through everything. And if you have any questions, let me know. Now I don't have to train him. Now I don't have to spend days and days and days training him. He could just go through the videos. And if he has any questions, he could refer back to the videos. So it's very, very important. Same thing with my Discord or my mentorship. When the students come in, they don't ask me the same questions that every single person asks in the beginning. I have a course that they could go through the course. I tell them to go through the course. Once you're done with the course, start joining the morning meetings. You'll be caught up. You'll be up to date. Okay. So systematizing and duplicating is extremely important. And in fact, it's crucial. It's necessary, mandatory if you want to scale. If you actually want to scale, you need to like delegate tasks. And then the only way you could delegate tasks is if you could easily put like instructions in front of somebody of what to do. That way, if they have any questions or they're confused, they could just refer back to the instructions or the course that you created. So it's very important to do this in the beginning, even if you don't see the value in it right now. So that's everything as far as lead generation. That's marketing, CRM, data, where you getting your data from, and systematizing and duplicating. This is very, very important. This is the first step in wholesale real estate. And this is the most, they're all important. Like, but without lead generation, you can't do anything. You need to generate leads. A lot of people talking about, all my leads are crappy, or I don't have enough leads. You need to figure this out. You need to have all this locked in, and you need to make a system for it to where it's a smooth and effective and efficient process and system. Yeah, marketing. What are you saying to them? How are you getting in front of them? CRM, how are you organizing all the data, all the leads? Where are you getting the data from to market to? And then systematizing, duplicating. Make it a smooth and easy process to where you could easily put anybody in that seat or in that role, in that position. Okay. So if you got any value out of this video, make sure to hit the like button, comment, subscribe. I'm dropping weekly videos. Maybe you didn't hear me. If you got any value out of this video, make sure to hit the like button, comment. If you have any questions or any thoughts or any ideas that you want me to make a video about, if you have any questions or anything, just comment and subscribe. I'm dropping weekly videos about wholesaling real estate, self-improvement, and just life in general. Okay. If you want to be a student, you want to work with me one-on-one, just DM me on Instagram, or there's going to be a link down in the description and you can book a call with me one-on-one. Okay. Let's get it. Stay motivated. Let's make some money. 2025 is our year. Lock in. Okay. Lock in. 2025 is our year. I'm going to make $1 million 2025. Watch. Watch. I'm not going to say too much, but all right. Peace.